guys, Joe the Apple Guy back here again today. For those of you new to the channel, thank you so much for stopping by. Make sure you hit like and subscribe so you get notified every time that I put out new content. For those of you returning, thank you so much for returning. Now, as I mentioned yesterday on my video, I'm doing videos back to back. I might do a few this week here depending on what Apple decides to do. That they were going to do a whole bunch of videos for the course of the week here with new products instead of doing kind of one event in one video, which is very much a different approach to how they've done things. So today, well, yesterday we had the new iMac announcement. Today we got the Mac Mini announcement. Now, up to this point, we had been speculating about what the Mac Mini was going to be. They were just going to take the same enclosure and just update the internals and whatnot. When people were like, oh, they're going to basically put a Mac Mini into an Apple TV-sized box, which would be really cool. And that's what they actually did. They essentially, they made a aluminum Apple TV size enclosure and crammed a really powerful Mac into this thing. It is pretty insane. The base model for this thing is has the M4 chip in it, so it has a 10-core CPU, 10-core GPU, starting configuration at 16 gigs of RAM, and a 256 gigabyte solid-state drive for $800 Canadian. That makes it not only makes it the cheapest Mac, but it makes it a very competitive product for those who want to have like their own screen and their own keyboard and mouse and all that kind of stuff. And with that kind of performance and stuff like that, that is, at that price point, that is such an intriguing product for a lot of people. And they didn't skimp out on ports and stuff too. What's really crazy about it is that there is 3 USB-C ports in the back and then another 2 on the front. So you have an HDMI and a gigabit Ethernet on the back as well. So we got 5 total USB-C ports on that. So for people running like a little studio, content creators, anybody creative or like to connect a lot of things to their computer, you're going to be able to do that with this device. And man, it's an impressive little machine. It's something you can hold inside there. Like I said, if you ever seen or held an Apple TV little box, that's what this thing is. It's an entire computer inside of something that's going to fit in the palm of your hand, literally. So pretty wild. It's not necessarily something that is going to be like my cup of tea, because I like the all-in-one design that I can just kind of place on my desk that has everything kind of built into it. But for those who want to, have their own screen, if they want something a little bit bigger, they have their own keyboard and mouse kind of set up and whatnot. This is like a dream device, and even at that price point and whatnot, that size, I can see businesses and stuff like that latching onto something like this, man. Because you can still run Windows on this thing too if you wanted to. On a Mac now you can run Windows as basically an app inside of while still running Mac OS at the same time, and run Windows better than a lot of Windows PCs run Windows. So this is a very intriguing device, and in that form factor and that size, wow, that is impressive. It is something I think is going to interest a lot of people, and this could potentially be a big seller for Apple. So well done, Apple, today, and I guess we'll see what the rest of the week holds. There's still MacBooks and stuff to update, and we'll see if maybe anything else kind of gets announced. They didn't do anything with the base model iPad yet, so they might sneak that in there. We'll see what happens. All right, guys, thanks for stopping by. Think different. We'll see you next time.